Pakistan had, I did have lots of apprehensions. But then again, I looked into the work of Sindh Language Authority, and I found that there is certain similarities in the sense that I'm very passionate about the empowerment of people from the marginalized communities. And I see that through the work of your authority, there are lots of work that have been done for the empowerment of the Sindh community. So I decided to come, and thank God that I'm here today. And I really, really feel privileged to be here because after coming here, through the discussions, I have found that the Sindh academics, policymakers who have been attending this conference, they understand the struggle that Bangladeshi people had in relation to language. I really appreciate that stand from the community here. And I also found it very heartwarming that the academics here, the participants here, they see a parallel in the struggle of the Sindh community and Bangladeshi community in terms of language. So that is also comforting for me coming from Bangladesh, that I feel that I have certain closure after coming here, that there are communities in Pakistan who understands, who can relate to the struggle that Bangladeshi people went through during 1947 to 1971. So I really feel, I should tell you that I really appreciate that. Secondly, there is another thing that got my attention, and Professor Hani has also mentioned about it, that is the passion. The sincerest passion that you have about your language and about the community. Any sincerest feeling is beautiful to watch. And I have found beauty in your sincerest commitment to your language and to your community. And I have learned from you how to be passionate about it and at the same time, be constructive and do certain work in order to empower the community, because it is not only words for you. You're also working towards the sustenance of the language and the community. So it is very constructive. It is not destructive passion, very constructive passion. So I'm fortunate that I have observed that I have the privilege to observe this sincerest passion, and I have learned that, yes, I can also do that. I can construct my research understanding in a more constructive manner, as you have been doing for several years. Another observation, since I am a researcher who have looked into language marginalization in different South Asian countries, I have seen that the research studies that you have been doing very much top-notch, in the sense that the researchers here are using very much cutting-edge theories. They're looking into space, they're looking into different, it's not coming to my head, but anyway, the point is that you are working with certain theories which are very much contemporary. It is not that you're geographically, like Bangladesh or Pakistan, we are geographically marginalized compared to the global north, right? We are considered as countries in global south. But what I have observed in these two days research studies that you have done, you are in fact at the top of the research studies. And some of the research that you have shared here, I haven't understood word by word, but because of my shared interest in research about language power, language rights, social justice and equity, I have found that lots of similarities in the research findings that you have shared here on this platform that I have seen in different other countries, specifically in the context of Bangladesh in my research. So I see that there are lots of possibilities of collaborative research, and Professor Hani and I have talked about it, and we have also talked about this possible collaboration in future. And I strongly believe this sort of collaboration between different countries will be fruitful in order to make our cases stronger. The cases for language rights and social justice and equity. And I also feel that, Hani was telling about the way academics shared their research findings here. I feel that it is because most of the academics here are not only academics, they are also language activists. And perhaps that is the reason they have so much fire in their conversation. And I would say that carry that on, and I have been talking to Professor Hani about it, that you should be carrying it on. You should be talking like this because this is your art and you have mastered it well. As researchers, we only do research, and in conferences we go and we share these ideas, that's it. But you have shown the terms that I discussed yesterday, like epistemic activism and knowledge activism, and that is why you are so passionate when you talk about these issues. So congratulations. I think we have so much to learn from you. You are not only academics, you are activists, and the world needs, in fact, more of you, academics and activists, not like academics like us, you know. So thank you very much for showing this to us, a different way of doing academic activities. And you see a small community of people doing such a large work and we are not aware of it. Perhaps this is time that we should be talking about it to the world as well. And finally, I would like to say that, you know, I have found brothers and sisters here. For example, Rafiq calls me Adi, and I call him Rafiq Bhai. And then Chairman Sahab, I make fun of him, Chairman Sahab, and he calls me sister. So I have found brothers here, and perhaps this would be more reason for me to come here. And there are other numerous sisters. And you see that I think there is certain heart connections even before I came here, because I wear Azrak in Bangladesh. I have certain people who collect Azrak from Afghanistan and India, but this time I have got some from you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.